Hello everybody out there, and welcome back here with the future once again to another showcase and review of a mint on card 2-pack action figure assortment here from the Mattel Fisher-Price Imaginext DC Super Friends line, and it is Batman and Swamp Thing, a 2-pack here. I picked it up in the clearance aisle lately for only a few bucks. Swamp Thing has always been one of my favorite characters. Of course, he was the star of the 1982 film Swamp Thing, returned in another film, Return of the Swamp Thing, and then the 1990 TV series, which I always loved as a kid, so I've always been a big Swamp Thing fan, and still am to this day. Of course, he started out in 1971 in comics, and then from there on out has been a popular character. Batman, of course, not much to be said about him. Everybody knows about Batman. What else can I say? But it's pretty cool that they put these two together in a DC Super Friends pack here for Imaginext. I'm always been a Imaginext fan. I love the childlike, more cartoonish style figures they do, and I love minifigures, so they're right up my alley. I've got quite a few Imaginext figures now too in my collection, but I'm glad that I finally added a carded representation of the Imaginext line. These were also made in 2018, by the way, and is the Mattel DC Super Friends Imaginext Batman and Swamp Thing 2-pack, and of course DC Comics. And of course, I want to thank everybody for subscribing lately, dropping any comments, leaving any feedback, giving me any likes. I really appreciate all the support here on my channel. If this is your first time viewing, make sure you do all that I just mentioned. And yeah, guys, now it's time to check out the Imaginext DC Super Friends Batman and Swamp Thing 2-pack by Mattel. Let's check it out. Okay, so here we have the 2-pack of the DC Super Friends Batman and Swamp Thing Imaginext figure pack. So as you can see here, 3 to 8 on the packaging. DC Super Friends up to the left with a DC Imaginext Super Friends Batman illustration there on the back. Down here to the left, you have DC with Imaginext and Batman and Swamp Thing with the Imaginext brand there, the eye that everybody knows. And man, do I love the Swamp Thing figure in here. Look at the detail they put into the vining, and he's very, very reminiscent of what he looks like in the comics. Look at the detail they put into the face on this thing with the red eyes and everything. Let's see if I can get better lighting there. Kind of getting a glare on them here. But man, do I love Swamp Thing here. That is the reason I picked this up, by the way. And there's Batman in his tactical suit with a backpack there that looks like he can help him guide himself through the rough terrain. You can see like a rope there on the back. And up here is his machete, a green machete, which I guess could be wielded by either character, but it's meant for Batman there, and things that I've read up on the figures themselves. And they come in this blister card packaging here, and I like the packaging a lot. It really pops there. I like the Batman logo there, illustration to the left. I like the DC Imaginext logo down there to the right. And the Imaginext logo here to the left too, popping out real good. And I think these two look really cool together, especially when you're pairing up Batman with Swamp Thing. I mean, that is just awesome in my opinion. But here's a better look at the Batman Imaginext figure. And like I said, these more cartoonish, childlike, more directed towards children. As like I said, they fall under the Fisher-Price license. With Mattel, but very cool figures. I've always loved the Imaginext line. And as you can see here on the bottom, it is a 2018 Mattel figure. Doesn't say nothing about Fisher-Price on here, so I'll probably just brand it Mattel. But it conforms to safety requirements, all your safety warning labels and everything, your barcode. On the side here, you have your DC Super Friends logo, and then your Imaginext, Imaginext.com insignia there, written on the other side. On the back here, we have some cool stuff, Imaginext written there up to the left. But look at that huge Batman robot type deal. I don't know what exactly that is, but the bat signal up there to the right, and it looks like you have the Daily Planet there for Superman, a playset, and then the Batcave there to the left, and down here to the bottom you see other figures, DC figures that you can collect. Very sweet. I even see Batman there. But I really like the looks of that setup they got going here. A vehicle here down to the left. Looks like something for Mr. Freeze as it's freezing up the road there, or the highway, bridge, or whatever you want to call that. Looks like Gotham City out there to the back. Very cool. I really like the backing on these. Very neat. And down here you see Imagine What's Next. Before I get into that, you see DC Super Friends, related characters and elements, DC Comics, Warner Brothers, all that good stuff. Warning, small parts may be generated, 0 to 3. Your Imaginext logo down here to the left. But it has a little write-up here. It says, "What is it? Batman is not quite sure either, but he's ready to help Swamp Thing, controller of all plant life on the planet, to protect our environment at all costs. Batman is prepared to go green on this adventure. Come on, let's grow." So yeah, it is a Swamp Thing inspired Batman to help Swamp Thing. He goes green in their adventure through the treacherous swamp terrain. But man, do I really love this figure. And yeah, there's the illustration down there with Batman actually holding the machete, and you can see how the rope hangs off of his backpack there, which I'm guessing is removable from the figure. But there's Swamp Thing, and Swamp Thing, no accessories needed for him. He's just badass. And yeah, Imagine What's Next. So Imaginext. Really digging this, and not much more to say, but I really appreciate everybody who's checked this out. Anybody who's checked out my videos lately, I really appreciate it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, drop a comment down below, give me a like if you like what you saw, hit that bell if you want to be notified for all my videos coming up. And yeah guys, I really appreciate you checking this out, and for more, make sure you hit that subscribe button and follow me. And yeah, keep checking back in. Sometimes I think the notifications don't get out, so make sure you check back always for new videos. But yeah guys, until next time, thanks for watching, and as always, catch the bat signal and catch Swamp Thing. And yeah, until always, peace out.